everyone, and welcome back to the story. We are going to be doing it. Chapter 1, Part 2 today. I hope you enjoy it. So, here you go. They round another corner and find the second fire. A group of people have already begun a bucket line, but there are several gaps in it. Josh, along with a few others, step into the line without hesitation and begin passing buckets. Ricky joins the line a little less eagerly. A full bucket is passed to him, and the weight pulls his arms lower than he expects. He turns and passes it to the next person, who takes the bucket in one hand and gives him an empty one in return. Ricky observes this person, on his right, a dwarf. She lifts the bucket and passes it with steady motions, never letting the water slosh around. Her eyes follow her hands, only occasionally glancing towards the burning building. After a short while, Ricky falls into rhythm, passing buckets without thinking. He glances around at the line of people that stretch down the road until it rounds a corner. I would never see this in Landon. Humans, elves, and dwarves all working together. Further up the line, a few city guards carry the water closer to the building and pass them off to another group of guards and a serpentine. Ricky glances back down as he passes another bucket, but watches the dark, scaled serpentine with every chance he gets. What's one of them doing here? The serpentine lifts a bucket and turns in one fluid motion towards the fire. Her stride is steady and practiced. She swings the bucket forward and snaps it back, hurling the water through an open window. She turns to get another bucket as smoke and steam thicken and pour out of the window. Ricky's gaze drifts slightly as two guards who were throwing water into the building swap positions with each other near the front of the line. No one switches with the serpentine, who continues throwing water, one bucket after another, never falling shorter than needed. Ricky's eyes narrow slightly with uncertain suspicion. She wears an oversized commoner's tunic. No crest or emblem visible, unlike the guards who wear the city's insignia on their armor. The serpentine throws another bucket of water on the flames. Steam mixes with smoke as they rise into the air. As she turns to retrieve another bucket, her eyes drift down the line and land on Ricky. She smiles and gives a nod before picking up the next bucket and returning to the fire. Ricky feels himself nearly fumble with the bucket, but keeps his grip on it long enough to pass it and grab the next. He releases a breath he didn't realize he was holding and keeps his eyes on his hands. Don't draw attention. Anyone could be an informant, even her. Would they risk having someone stand out as much as she does? Or is she the distraction? They don't travel without a reason. Or alone. Ugh, doesn't make sense. He shifts his gaze to the roads where a few guards approach from, then the rooftops, which are silent and still. Not even a bird sits on them. He holds his hand out for the next bucket, but it takes a moment longer to arrive. The line has slowed, and some people have exited as they grow tired. He takes a quick peek back at the building, making sure to not linger on the serpentine. Smoke seeps from the windows with less intensity than before. The throwers are more precise where they send the water. Once the fire is out, I need a plan. One of the factions has the relic. I can't fight them directly, but I need to be prepared. Ricky glances over at Josh, who's passing buckets as quickly as he can, a bit of water splashing out each time. Back to the basics. Eyes and ears open, and keep Josh distracted. A few guards discuss off to the side before one of them approaches the building. The throwers pause and watch him silently as they stand beside full buckets. A few people in line shake out their arms. Others just let them sag and hang at their sides. The bells have stopped ringing. Ricky is unsure when they stopped, but the city streets are eerily silent. No wagons or beating of hooves, No chatter of merchants, travelers, or children. The scent of smoke lingers in the air, and haze fills the streets. The guard takes a step back from the building and raises his hand to eye level, making a fist. A few people in the crowd clap. Others cheer. Some let their arms hang lower than before and release a breath they were holding. All the guards head over to join the others near the building as the line begins to break. A low murmur sweeps through the scattering line as people search for their companions and group together. Ricky stays where he is for a moment. Josh will find him. Probably. The Serpentine glances at the building for a moment before turning and walking in the direction of Ricky. Ricky turns away and pretends to look for someone, but ensures he knows where she is at all times. Her stocky frame stands out among the others, as well as her tall stature. Well, a voice beside him breathes a sigh of relief. That was interesting. Ricky nearly jumps out of his skin, but pretends to not notice the dwarf he had been standing next to. He steps away as the Serpentine continues closer. A softer than expected voice replies, "Yeah, it was a lot." Wait, that's the Serpentine? Ricky keeps walking a bit further, but his ears keep listening. "Do fires happen here often?" the dwarf asks. "No, we haven't had one in 5 years. It's kind of odd that 3 fires happen at the same time. It's not even that dry." "Yes, and no." "Wait, what?" the dwarf asks in confusion. Sorry. Yes, it is odd, and no, it is not dry." "Ricky!" Josh calls as loud as he can. Ricky turns to him with slight annoyance. "Must you always talk so loud?" "How else am I supposed to get your attention when your head is in the clouds?" Josh says with a smug grin as he reaches Ricky. Ricky rolls his eyes. "The normal way and walk over? Where's the fun in that?" "It's not supposed to be fun." "Right," Josh says, picking up on Ricky's demeanor. "So what now?" Ricky looks around. There's always something that will keep Josh distracted. "How about lunch?" "I like this plan. A good meal for the heroes." Josh holds his head high and smiles. Ricky rolls his eyes and turns to head to the markets again. "Can you just act normal for once?" "When do I not act normal?" Josh smirks as he follows behind. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the story thus far. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. And I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.